Do you really need a cruise beverage package? Or is it just one of those cruise add ons designed to drain your wallet? Today we're breaking it all down, how cruise ship drink packages work, whether they're actually worth it, and my personal checklist that will help you decide in just a couple of minutes if it's right for you. Welcome back to Roll for Boarding, where we help you level up your cruise game from packing tips to port days. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next adventure. So let's start with the basics. First, I want to go over what kinds of drinks are likely to be included in your cruise fare. On a broad scale, included drinks are often water, tea, basic coffee. Specialty coffee like espressos, etc. will cost more money. Lemonade, a couple of juice options at breakfast, and milk at breakfast. What even is a cruise beverage package? Essentially, you're paying a flat daily rate to cover most, if not all, of your drinks on board. Depending on the cruise line, there are usually three categories. The base package is normally a soda package, which just covers soft drinks. These can run around $12 to $15 per day. A non-alcoholic or refreshment package. This often includes mocktails, specialty coffees, bottled water, smoothies, sometimes milkshakes, and these can run about $20 to $30 per day. And then you've got the big one, the alcohol package. This is where you can get beer, wine, cocktails, spirits, and usually all of the non-alcoholic options included here too. Prices are often between $65 and $100 per day, sometimes even more depending on the cruise line. On paper, that might sound like a deal, but the real question is, are you actually going to drink that much? So let's talk some numbers, because this is where most people either get convinced or realize it's not for them. Alcohol packages usually run between $65 and $100 per day. And don't forget, you got to add gratuity on top of that, which is normally about 18 to 20%. So now you're looking at about $85 to $120 per day per person. So compare that to paying as you go. Prices are obviously going to vary a little bit depending on your cruise line and exactly what you order. A soda is about $3 to $4 each. Specialty coffee can be between $2.50 and $6 depending on exactly what you order. Beer is about $7 to $8. Wine by the glass is anywhere from $9 to $14, and cocktails often run between $10 to $15 a piece. So if you're drinking, say, 6 cocktails in a day, that's $60 to $90. You add in a couple bottles of water, maybe a specialty coffee, and you're right around the price of the package. Keep in mind as well that if you have a port-heavy itinerary, it may be more difficult to justify the cost of a drink package if you aren't actually on the ship to use it. This is why some people swear by them, but others say it's a big waste of money. Here's when it makes sense to get a drink package. First, consider what you expect you will drink in a day across the full plethora of what you enjoy. While a lot of videos I watch focus on the value of the highest tier package, which is the alcohol package, focus on you and what you plan to drink on the ship. You can estimate how much you might pay per day from the rough estimates of the beverage costs I detailed above. Second, if you love specialty coffees or non-alcoholic options like smoothies, mocktails, or bottled water, maybe the refreshment package is actually going to be really worth it for you. Third, If your itinerary has a lot of sea days involved, that's when you're on the ship most of the day and you're going to be more likely to actually use it. Finally, there's the convenience factor. A lot of people buy the package not just to save money, but for a little bit of extra peace of mind. You don't have to think about every single purchase, you don't have to sign a bunch of slips. Sometimes you don't even need to pull out your card, it's just, well, done. Now, let's be real. There are plenty of times where a drink package is not actually worth it. So, if you have a port heavy cruise, you might spend more time off the ship than on it. So, why would you want to pay for unlimited drinks if you're going to be ashore most of the day? If you're not a big drinker or you mostly stick to included options like iced tea, lemonade, or coffee, then it's probably better to pay a la carte for anything beyond that. Families with kids, or if you're sharing a room with multiple people, and this is really a big one. If you have multiple people in a cabin and one person wants a drink package, most cruise lines require everyone in the room to have a drink package. So make sure you check the cruise line's specific rules based on your party and do the math. In these cases, the extra expense of those additional drink packages can add up very quickly. And don't forget, many cruise lines let you bring a bottle or two of wine or even 12 pack of soda on board, and that can save you a lot if you only want to have a glass here or there or a soda once per day. So what if you decide the package isn't for you? How can you still save and be able to delve into some of the drinks that you'd like to have? One, you can watch for the drink of the day, which is often 20 to 30% cheaper than the normal price. Take advantage of happy hours and loyalty perks. Some give free or discounted drinks to their loyal cruisers. If you really just want a few drinks, pay as you go and bring your own allowed wine or soda to enjoy in your cabin. Bring water flavoring. Cruise lines will allow water flavoring drops or packets you can easily buy in the store, and they're small and easy to transport if you want to add some extra flavor to the plain water on the ship. A lot of these also come with that all important caffeine inclusion. Now, before you decide, you really need to make sure that you read the fine print. Some packages don't include bottled water, energy drinks, smoothies, or even room service. Most cruise lines also set a daily limit, which is usually around 15 alcoholic drinks per day. And remember, these packages cover the entire length of your cruise. You can't just buy it for 1 or 2 days. It's actually a full cruise commitment. Most cruise lines also require all adults to get the highest tiered package if one adult does. Until recently, you could get an exception with Royal Caribbean if you were traveling with someone who does not drink alcohol for, say, medical reasons, but that does not work anymore. Alright, so let's make this simple. Here's my quick checklist for deciding if you should buy the package or not. Number 1, do you drink enough per day to cover the cost? Make sure you factor in that you may not be on the ship as much during port days. Number 2, does your cruise have a lot of sea days? Number 3, do you want the convenience of not tracking your spending? Number 4, are you okay with the upfront cost? If you answered yes to most of those, the beverage package might be a win for you. If you said no to most, then you're better off paying as you go. So, did I buy a beverage package? Yes. We bought the soda package, and here's why. First, we hardly ever drink any alcohol, so purchasing a package geared around it doesn't make any sense for us. We could have bought a 12 pack of soda on board and maybe skipped out entirely, but my husband and I don't have a shared go to beverage. We're also on a 7 night itinerary, so you can go through a 12 pack of soda between multiple people pretty quickly. I would be far more likely to consider skipping the package if we were on a shorter sailing. Royal Caribbean also has Coke Freestyle machines, like the ones that you can find on land in many different restaurants these days. These are a big appeal since you can get a wide variety of choices to match your tastes far more than you're going to get walking up and ordering a soda from one of the bars. I also don't personally drink coffee, and my husband would be okay with the free coffee options if he happens to want one. So even the refreshment package would really be hard to justify the costs for us, even if we bought it on a good sale. We do plan to bring reusable water bottles and water flavoring for everyone, so we can simply use the free water dispensers on the ship. Obviously, when we get back, I'll do a full review on how I felt about our drink package experience. So, the bottom line here is cruise beverage packages, they aren't good or bad across the board. A lot of it is about your habits, your itinerary, and your budget. So, I want to hear from you. Are you team beverage package or team pay as you go? Drop your strategy in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and roll that notification bell so you don't miss the next adventure. Thanks for watching Roll for Boarding, and I'll see you in the next port.